Bottom line, we just want to try and stay within those budgets that we anticipated and we came up with together.
BusinessJournalDaily.com. 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.
Once our schedule comes out, that's when we really start to plan and budget for this year. We're not really told a budget or so at that point. We kind of meet with Steve and Kyle in the business office and say, okay, these are the trips we're going on. What are the anticipated costs we're going to have here? Bus, if it's a one-day trip, we allocate a certain amount. If it's a multi-day trip, then we allocate a little bit more, and we kind of have a guideline for that. Hotel-wise, he kind of just gives me a spreadsheet and says, fill out anticipated costs. And we kind of plan, we overshoot for how much we think we're going to spend just in case of an emergency or whatever. Those budgets then, those estimates, those travel estimates then go to the business office. They look at them, if they approve them or come back and say, hey, we're a little bit high on this. Maybe we could scale back in these certain areas. And once those travel budgets are approved, then we just try and stick to those as much as we can. We may go over a little bit on one trip, but under on another trip. Bottom line, we just want to try and stay within those budgets that we anticipated and we came up with together.
As long as we win, we go back to the same hotels. When we lose, we have a little bit of a theory to switch hotels and do something different. But because we really, the only one we stayed in that was the same was Oakland. We switched hotels in Green Bay this year and won. Milwaukee, we continue to stay at the same place that we've won. Northern Kentucky, we won last year, and Wright State, so we'll stay in those properties again. So even in Cleveland State this year, we changed hotels this year because we had lost to them both times last year at Cleveland State. So we lay all that stuff out. We kind of put things together, map things out, and really the airlines are the most important to get that done first, because usually the farther out you do, the cheaper you are. Like we've got I think it's $53 for a flight home from Chicago in a couple weeks, and we booked that back in October.
Can you tell us what the GSA means, and also and how does that affect your team?
The GSA is what Youngstown State makes their employees follow when they are traveling for business purposes. So the GSA affects all government agencies, and that is what their business people are expected to stay under. So when you go to certain cities, your GSA rate may be $75, and that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner and incidentals, or miscellaneous incidental, and that covers a day per day. So for us, we have to stay under those rates to conform to YSU's policies.
The GSA rates have really helped out, especially now with COVID, because we're not, our program, we're not we don't go and get the filet mignon or salmon or whatever. They're not very picky with what they eat. They're really appreciative of what they get. So it is a lot easier to stay within that budget now with the GSA rates, and gives us a little bit of wiggle room where we can do a little bit fancier meal to get them a little bit more food and all that. So that's helped out. Again, it just depends on where you go.
BusinessJournalDaily.com. 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.